Hey, what's up? It's working. Might be a bit loud music-wise, but I think it's working. Hello, Reloaded. How you doing, dude? Eddie21, what's up? Yeah, it's a bit late here. It's like almost 10:30 p.m. But it's Saturday evening, you know. Don't have anything better to do. Feel like getting some work done. I might as well stream it. Thank you, Reloaded. Hello, VidGame dude. Hello, Shadbase Lolly69. That's a ridiculous name. Alright, I'm just setting up things here. What I want to do right now is, for this one comic I gotta draw some SWAT officers. And the thing about SWAT officers is that they have like all this little detail and stuff, so I figured that might be something a bit different to actually stream. Right now they still look pretty simple, but I'm just gonna kind of refine them a bit. It's not gonna be a serious style. It's pretty simple, the style, but I still want to make them look somewhat just recognizable. I mean, technically this would already work, but let's put a little more into it. Hey, Sebro Milk, thanks for subbing, man. Blue Toll saying vodka. Why, you want some vodka? I'm actually not drinking right now, if that's what you mean. I was drinking pretty heavily yesterday evening, because yesterday evening a friend of mine had a birthday party, and I went over and got a bit pissed, as the British say. Hey, Wardenoma, Gaming God 9708, the Game God. Nice name, dude. It's like the rap god, but it's about gaming. But yeah, I kind of want to, like right here in this panel, they're just barging in, so they're supposed to be like, oh, this is the police, open up, you know, like they're just like kicking open the door. They don't give a fuck. Because someone has called in the SWAT team. It's always a riot when that happens. Quite literally. Hey, Venom the Noodle, thanks for subbing, dude. Let's give him one of those helmets that has like the thing on the side. You know, that's more kind of American SWAT-like. Where they have the little ear guards. Mrs. Shadman? Mrs. Shadman. Oh, hello, little boy. I'm usually not addressed as a lady. It's supposed to be like my old woman voice. I can't do it. I couldn't convince anyone to have a girl voice. I just couldn't do it. Practice my girl voice. Hi guys. Welcome to my stream. I like to draw cute things. Cute little things. I like to draw cute dicks. What if I'm actually an old woman? That's one thing I'll never be. Okay, his arm here is way too like it's supposed to be with the angle, but you know, this is what you do with these over sketches. You just kind of adjust them and shit. But yeah, I mean, I hope you've been liking this week's pages and stuff. I think that's it for this week. Like the thing I posted today is gonna be the last thing for this week, because I don't think I'll be able to get any of these new pages done for Sunday. Does it have to be Monday? You're a girl? What do you think of my girl voice? Now we're gonna have to add some pouches and shit, you know? Let's add some knee guards. What do you call these? I don't know what you call these in English. Yeah, And some of you, I gotta know how many of you that actually are, but like some of you, I've been getting some questions about more of the trap pages, and I am working on more. Here's actually a little, I was working on more here, where he goes to like something like Victoria's Secret or something, and he wants to buy lingerie. I'll work on that. I don't know which page I should finish first, to be honest. This is so fucked. Why is it? Why is it fucked, dude? What kind of weapons should we give them? Like what? Like an MP9 or something? Or should it be something more modern? Because the MP9 is probably already kind of outdated. Make his leg a bit longer. A flamethrower. Why would the SWAT officers have a flamethrower? A FAMAS? That's more French. That's very French. No, SWAT officers have SMGs mostly. Like the ones who go inside, they have SMGs. So let's make this arm here a bit longer. This is a bit bigger in general. He looks really scrawny right now. Make it like something kind of like this. That looks better. UMPK P90. A P90 would work. That's a Belgium weapon from Belgium, but I think Americans do use it. I don't like the shape of a P90 though. P90s look weird. Let's just do the classic MP5. What do you think about that? MP5. I think an MP5 is pretty typical. And obviously I'm not going to draw like a super detailed version of it. A super soaker. So the magazine would be somewhere kind of like here at MP5, and here's where the handle would be. And he would be holding it somewhere right here. Dude, your hand looks pretty fucked up, dude. Were you drawn by Shadman? Your hand is really fucked. And maybe give him like an ACOG scope or something. Weren't there Romanian assault rifles? I'm sure there are. I wouldn't know. I wouldn't see why not. I'm sure Romania has manufactured their own number of weapons. Right now, what's like the current leading weapons manufacturer? I think it's Germany, isn't it? It's probably, a lot of it is probably from Germany because of Heckler and Koch. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's draw his hand more like this. That looks better. He's also supposed to have like that, you know, that guard, that Kevlar guard around your neck. Hey, Kugelblitz, what's up, dude? And he should have some more pouches and stuff. Like there's pouches on the Kevlar, and you should just be able to tell like that it kind of is Kevlar. I have one on the back here. It's weird for girls to like your stuff. I don't think so. I don't think anybody's work is like limited to just one gender. Like, you know, like how a lot of guys like they like a lot of girls like to suck dick. You know, there's also a lot of guys who like to suck dick. So, you know, I feel like a lot of things that people are into is not gender specific. It's more prominent in a certain gender, but it's not gender specific. Like, you know how a lot of girls have rape fantasies? There's guys with rape fantasies. Hey, X Revenge, what's up, dude? Not that I would know. I'm just saying how like human psychology works. Okay, here's his boot. His boots need to be bigger. Why does he have such tiny little feet? Boots bigger. You agree? Look at that. That's a boot. Now that's like a boot from Duke Nukem or something. These are some heavy boots. Can we have song name? If we can find it. Oh yeah, here. The song is from Tvangeste, whatever that means. It's Birth of a Hero. Birth of a Hero. Make some straps. And I think this is about it. This is about as much detail as it needs. Maybe his head is too big. I mean, it's not supposed to be realistic, but maybe his head is still a bit too big. Maybe make his overall torso here a bit shorter. And a bit bigger. There you go. Anatomy. I don't know how it works. But I just do it somehow. That's why I don't play Smash Online. Dude, I was playing Smash Online on stream once, and I completely embarrassed myself. Everybody was kicking my ass. They were just lining up. Line up to kick my ass. Like, I don't know if my male pride can handle this. Are you still addicted to Overwatch? Nah, dude. I kind of stopped playing it, which is good, which is why I've also been more productive. I kind of held off from it. In general, I haven't been playing that many video games in general lately. For better or worse. I mean, I was thinking about maybe trying that new Metro game, but yeah, it looks a bit, you know. How is that anyway? It looks a bit. Hey, Moonson10, thanks for the sub. I mean, the bits. Oh, hey, Gamifier, what's up, my dude? That's a long MP5, actually. Damn. Is that like a assault rifle model of the MP5? I gotta fix that. Overall, I don't like the way his head is positioned. I gotta fix his overall positioning. I'm just adding more lines here so I have something to work with. These are all like still super simple, so I gotta go over them quite a bit. Which is what this over sketch is for, essentially. I'm gonna make this guy shorter. I think I'm gonna make this guy kind of quite a bit shorter than the other guy. So they're not all the same size. There's only 2 of them, though. I'm only gonna do 2 of them. Any games you hyped for right now? Not really. What are you guys hyped for? Are you trying to get sued by Alinity? Look, this isn't Alinity, okay? This isn't Pokimane. This isn't Alinity. This is more just a amalgamation of the stereotypical Twitch thought. You know, this is what this is supposed to be. I don't know if that comes across. I hope it doesn't feel like I'm trying to target anybody specific here, because I really tried to stay away from like hair colors and faces and stuff that could maybe like make you think it's someone specific.
I bought 2 of your Gwen paintings the other day, hee hee, they're top quality, dude. Amazing work on both of them. I also made you some art for when it was National Pig Day in the YEARR of the PIIIIGGGGGGG.
Was it really? That doesn't sound like a real day. Well, thank you, Crawl Cross. Thanks for getting some posters. Let's see that art.
Streamed Overwatch and completely destroyed the microphone.
Yes, dude, that's why I don't stream Overwatch, because I get really, because when I play competitive games, I turn into a different person. Like when I'm like at a place and people are playing Super Smash Brothers, I don't play Super Smash Brothers anymore, because I'll actually make enemies. It's like, oh, you wanna pull that shit on me? I'll beat you in real life. You know, like I get really mad. No, I don't do that, but you know what I mean. Like, you get like really mad. I'm not that bad. Carl Cross, did you send the link to that art you said you made? Post it in the chat, dude. Oh, there it is. Hey, Sixar, thanks for subbing, dude. Why am I don't want to be a pig. I don't want to be a pig. I'm not a pig. Guys, I don't stuff like this don't do stuff like, don't draw stuff like this. I'm not a pig. I'm not. Do I draw for a living? I do, yes. I mean, if you know, like I kind of just exist online for a living, if you will, and I just make money through like my drawings and like my streams. And I think this music track is broken. I honestly enjoy watching you play games, even though you are an artist. It's relaxing to me. Yeah, I wish I was still like really into games like I used to be. Then I would want to be playing them a lot more. But I just find it harder and harder to be interested in like new releases and stuff. Like if I were like younger and I saw a game like Metro Exodus, I would have like came all over. I would have wanted to fucking play it day one. I would have like cummed my pants. I used to be really into games like that, but something about him, just something about him. I never got back into it. Oh hey, Twisted Grim gave me a raid. I appreciate that, Twisted Grim. I saw he was drawing some titties earlier. Not like exposed titties, but he was drawing like a pinup earlier. It looked pretty sweet. Looked pretty good. I checked in. Thanks for the raid there, Twisted Grim. See, these guys are supposed to be raiding her, actually. This page is so fucking obvious. I shouldn't even do it, but I already started now. It's so obvious what's gonna happen. It's lame. It's so obvious.
Chad, if you were the director of Grand Theft Auto 6, where would you set the location in and who would be the main character?
Well, if I were the director of Grand Theft Automobile 6, let me think about this. I'll get back to you in a minute. Let me think about this real quick. Honestly, I'm not much into most games anymore. I can sit down and play a single player game. If I find a really good single player game, oh, I'll love it. I'll fucking love it. Like, I loved Resident Evil 2. I loved that shit. I loved Undertale. Like, if I find one, I will love it. But it's just harder for me to find ones because I'm very specific with what type of games I like. And Metro Exodus, I might be able to get into, but I'm not sure. But yeah, about that whole Grand Theft Auto 6 question. Actually, I think the location... I mean, it has to be like a city, right? It has to be like a real city. Like, what would be a good location? I don't even know. It would be cool if it were like in Europe or something. You know, imagine it being like in England or in Germany or, you know, like some place like that. A European city would be cool. And it would also be cool if your main character, like, you know how he's always like a guy who wants to like get rich and make it to the top? It would be interesting if they did something a bit different. Obviously there'd still be progression, you'd get to the top, but it would be more interesting if you were like, you know, like a mobster or something, like, you know, where you had like a family or something you had to care for, where it wasn't just about getting to the top, starting off poor and getting to the top. It would be more interesting if you were already established and you could do like group things and stuff. You know, where you like in Goodfellas or something, where they would always be together, would always be like the same group of guys. Oh, see ya, Twisted Graham. I appreciate you stopping by, dude. You talking about like GTA, like a fucking nerd. They done that? Really? Which one? You ever played The Lost and Damned of GTA? It was a add-on for GTA 4, I want to say. And that one, I thought they were going to do something like that, and there were some elements of it, but it was never really fleshed out. But I thought the idea of like being in a biker gang was an interesting
Here's
idea.
A cheer, my dude. You should talk more in the Discord. I miss you.
Well, thank you for the cheer, Juicy. Man, it is really difficult for me to like sometimes just engage with like people online. I just don't have the energy for it, you know, like to be like in the Discord as well and like making content and stuff, which is why I kind of stopped going into Discord. It was just like really exhausting after a while. Because I do have like my own group of friends and stuff I talk to that aren't like part of the whole Shadbase thing. So I'm not as antisocial as I sometimes give myself off to be. While I am antisocial, I am not antisocial to an extent where I need to seek social gratification online. Not to say that it's bad if people do that. It's just something I don't really do. Being social is overrated anyway. Absolutely. My donations might be dying down soon. I don't know yet because my boss is a cuck and fucked me over work-wise. Hoogblitz, you don't owe me anything, my dude. You're welcome to these streams anytime, and I expect nothing from you. And all my content is free. If you ever want to look at my content, you know where to find it. I feel like her tits are getting bigger. I gotta fix this. I don't like her face that much in this one either. I gotta fix her face. Maybe more something kind of more shocked. She should look more shocked. Because, I mean, the SWAT team literally just barged down her door. I would be fucking shocked if that were to happen to me right now. Today my friend choked me over 150 V-Bucks. That doesn't sound like a very nice thing to do. Sounds like a pretty awful thing to do. My friend choked me for 150 V-Bucks. I paid him 150 V-Bucks to make me choke on his big dick. V-Bucks for good sucks. That's how it be. Alright, let's fix this guy up a bit. His face needs to be fixed. Your head should be more like this. I think that would be better. And then we give you your shoulder thing here. That is the way we like it. He's fucking angry too. Albino Fox, thanks for the sub, dude. Insert Lenny meme. Is that Lenny face? The SWAT bruv in the front looks so mad. The back guy is mellow. Well, you can't really see his face, right? How much you weigh? I don't know, dude. I am a pretty slim dude. I have like 0% body fat. I'm pretty fucking slim. I'm like as slim as you can be before it gets unhealthy.
Fighting games? Dead or Alive 6 out now and Mortal Kombat 11 soon.
Well, Albano's born 1991. Wait, let me read this real quick before I answer you. What is this saying? Saw Alita Battle Angel and had some good food. Wait, I gotta go to Streamlabs to read that one. I'm going to Streamlabs right quick. But yeah, about what you were saying about the fighting games. I like the character designs and stuff in some of the fighting games, but I'm not into fighting games. Like, I never got into them. I played Super Smash Brothers. It's the only one, like Melee, it's the only one I ever kind of really got into. All the other ones I never really got into. He said, I had a great day today. I saw Alita Battle Angel and had some good food. A new shirt, and I quit my bullshit job and tell my thudfuck manager what I thought of him. And I'm seeing your stream. Well, that sounds like an interesting day, Mr. Psycho666. Well, thank you for the donation. Godzilla Master saying my birthday is Monday. Well, which one is it gonna be, Godzilla Master? You know, Godzilla Master, I was actually just celebrating someone's birthday party yesterday. had how many beers did I have? I had 4 beers, and that made me pretty pissed. I guess I can get pissed off of 4 beers. Who's your favorite Melee player? Like character? Mario. Or do you mean like a player online? Like a Melee streamer or something? I wouldn't really know. Not to sound ignorant, but I was into Melee when I was a kid, and that was before Twitch was really a thing, so I didn't really watch anybody. Hey, Prawn Poppy, thanks for subbing, man. You live in the US? Now I do, yeah. Absolutely I do. Send help at 7? What do you mean 7? I don't understand what you meant by which one. Oh, I meant like, how old are you gonna be? You know, when which birthday are you having? It's like, oh, how old are you gonna be? That's what I meant with it. Sorry, it's phrased a bit weirdly. That is phrased a bit weirdly. And right here, they're supposed to be like in the kind of realization. It's like, oh no, we fucking swatted. It's another one of those streams swatting things. Oh no, not again. You know, getting so fucking common lately. You gotta have a better system. Chad, any advice for someone just starting to learn to draw? Do it a lot. Do it a lot. Don't try to copy too much, but it's allowed to copy some shit because you gotta learn somehow. He's like, oh, fuck. Not again. Oh, fuck. And this guy is like, oh, I guess false alarm. We came all the way out here for nothing. And in this one, she's gonna like put the chair back and be like you didn't come out here for nothing. Like Moonsun 10, thanks for the bits. Yes, Godzilla Master, yes.
You should have a music scroll linked to your music playlists. Shit's great, dude.
Oh, dude, I don't know how to set that up, but right now, the playlist I'm playing right now is essentially the licensed soundtrack of Brutal Legend, the game Brutal Legend. I'm just playing through the licensed soundtrack of it because I think it has a really good mix of metal classics. And Only Juicy, thank you for even more bits, dude. You've been very generous. 25? Nice, dude. That's a healthy young man. Godzilla Master is a healthy young man. Yeah, the one Jack Black was in, yeah. I played that quite a bit as a kid. It's one of my like nostalgic games, I guess. It's not that great, but it was pretty cool at the time. Had some weird design choices. He's doing an actual playthrough of the entire game? That would be impressive. And a playthrough of Brutal Legends by Jack Black. Feel so old compared to everyone? Why, Bunzy? How old are you? Mission failed, we get him next time. Is that from Call of Duty? I remember the guy saying that in Modern Warfare 2, if you failed one of the Spec Ops missions. Mission failed, we'll get him next time. Yeah, I used to play that a lot too as a kid. Hello, Sozin. Hello, sir. Oh, this is a great track. It's broke as hell. It's a classic. You ever get swatted? Thankfully not, no. Swatting is highly illegal. So even joking about doing it is really off limits. Like, swatting has become a huge taboo, rightfully so, because not only is it dangerous because it could get you killed, but also it's like a waste of the police's time and taxpayers' money. Not to mention all the psychological stress people will go through, officers and victims included. Because that must be quite the psychological stress. If you're like imagine you're a SWAT officer with a gun. You're like, okay, there's a fucking bomb threat in this house. Or there's a hostage situation in this house. We gotta get everything ready and we can't fuck this up. You guys, there's so much pressure, you know? You're like, oh, I might get killed today. Today might be the last time I'll see my wife. You know, there's like all these fucking things that must be going through their heads. Hey, Reocation, thanks for the sub, man. His arm will like go out here, so then I guess this one has to be a bit higher. It's gonna hint at the weapon right here. Make that shit go a bit higher. People are fucking upstairs while I'm trying to watch the stream. Very inconsiderate of them. They're fucking upstairs. Who, your parents? You hear your parents fuck? Isn't that the most awkward thing when you were a kid and you can hear your parents fuck? Wasn't that the most just like infuriating? Like, God. Did that ever happen to you? I got swatted and ran and got shot in the arm. Did you actually? Come on, that sounds... Did you actually? That sounds a bit, you know, a little bit. I gotta make these lines here, by the way. I forgot about that. The border lines. Yeah, right? Parents are not allowed to have sex. You were actually, believe it or not, you're saying that actually happened to you? Why were you swatted? Like, why did people want to swat you? Did you piss someone off? Like, what was the motive for swatting you? Because it never seems to be a random incident. It always seems to be a malicious motive behind it. Or maybe they are just kind of terrorist type people who just swat anything they can. You cussed someone out? And you said you actually got shot in the arm? Why would you, but if you were falsely swatted, why would you run? You see, it doesn't make, it's just, the whole story sounds a bit fantastical because it doesn't make sense. Like, why would you run if you got swatted? You thought you did something. Oh, I thought I did something. So I'm gonna run from the cops. Alright, dude. I'll take your word for it. Also, while I'm at it, actually, I'm gonna do the lines here real quick too. I might as well do the borders here too for this comic. See, efficient, working on 2 pages at once. I'm not sure which one I'll finish first, though. I might finish this one first. Still fucking hurts. I mean, I'd imagine getting shot in the arm probably be pretty fucking bad. See these lines? I do them like this, but sometimes I color them differently than black. I just like doing them like this. So, because the art style can at points already be pretty messy, so then the lines kind of constrain them within their own panels. Also, those are just dummies, okay? These are dummies, not actual people, so they don't have nipples or asses. These are dummies. Yeah, this is a different page. This is about the trap character. This is about the guy. Awkward silent much? What do you mean awkward silence about what? If I don't talk much, if you guys think I'm too silent during the stream, then I apologize. But sometimes, like when I'm like drawing and I'm not saying, like I can't keep talking at times. But I try to talk a lot. I try to talk to the chat quite a bit. Try to not ignore you guys. I love the comic with him. I'm glad you like it. Yeah, I originally thought like maybe I should just focus on only pages with him, but then I also kind of thought I'll mix in some of the other stuff.
More like dummy thick Amorite.
No, Mr. Anti-2, no. That meme is already ruined. Thank you for the love there, Shepherd83. It's nice of you to say.
So I wait for a sign. I wait for a star to fall from the sky.
Will you play Kingdom Hearts this week if you have time? Do you guys really still want to watch me play Kingdom Hearts 3? I was thinking like that game is fucking lame, dude. Like maybe I should just stop playing it. Maybe I should just fucking do something productive at my time. I was thinking about it the other day. I'm currently in that whole Tangled Kingdom, and that game is fucking rancid. Like, it is a lame game. It is a pretty fucking lame game. Like, if I were to keep playing, it would only be for the stream and not myself. Like, it would only be to make fun of it. Because I really didn't really get into it. And I tried. Guys, you saw I tried it. I did like how many... I played it for quite a few hours. I gave it a really fair chance. I gave it a really fair chance. Has anybody played that new Metro game? Anybody? It really seems like a very low interest game, innit? And I wonder, is that because it's not that good, or is it actually pretty neat? Because it looks so generic. It looks like any other of those games. Metro is better than Fallout 76. I'd honestly like to play Fallout 76 again. Oh yeah, that's what it's called, Exodus. Gotta figure out that gun perspective better. I haven't touched Fallout 76 in a while. Yeah, same. Aren't they like updating it with a bunch of shit? Trying to bring it back? You have a hot Russian wife? Is it the girl from Last Light? That girl was too skinny. If I want a Russian wife, I want a real babushka. I want a babushka that eats well, is healthy, and works in the fields. Babushka. Hello, loading error. Goodbye, FBI, open up. Yeah, it's a classic, Cycrin 64. I was skeptical about buying Fallout 76 full price, but I'm so glad I thought when I did, because I wouldn't have had that pleasure of playing and talking with you in it. Yeah, it was just scuffed, Carl Cross. When we were playing it, that was really scuffed. It was like the worst fucking idea Bethesda could have had. It's executed so badly. Should I make a Skyrim mod for you? But how would you make a Skyrim mod for me? Like, what would it be about? Hey, Nightspark, what's up? Thank you, Pudgy. Thank you. I don't know. I don't play much Skyrim, so I have no idea. I don't play much Skyrim. I know there's like Skyrim fanatics who still play Skyrim to this day with mods and shit, but I'm not one of those. I think it's a fine game, but that's about it. Let's figure out this weapon better. Let's figure out this little positioning better. Improving my newer comics. You know what you should do, FBI open up, if you're a Skyrim modder, you should mod something you want to do specifically. You should mod when you claim you got shot by the SWAT team. I used to be an Ashrammer. Ashrammer like you. What's an Ashrammer? Guys, you know what we haven't done in a while? We haven't listened to creepypastas in a while. Should we listen to some creepypastas tonight while drawing? You used to play Tony Hawk's game? Yeah, when I was little. I already put a version of you in Skyrim. I made it unkillable like IRL. Dude, I am killable, unfortunately. Guys, I gotta go take a piss real quick. I'll be right back, though. I'll be right back. In the meantime, just look at this. There, something different to look at. I'll be right back. At least less than 30 seconds. Damn, that was a good piss. Hey, Cosmic Melody, thanks for the resub, dude. Can anyone answer my question? What is your question, dude? What is your question? I did wash my hands. I did. Hey, how long does it take you for you to, on average, to finish a piece? I try to do something every 2 days, have a new one, but it really depends what it is. All right, guys, I want to look up some creepypastas. I want to look up some let's see what we have here. What's a good creepypasta? What's a good one? Yeah, Squidward Suicide is a good one. Let's do that one. A good one. No, let's try something different. Okay, guys, let's try something really bad. Let's try something different. This is a great song, by the way. All right. Here, okay, this one is gonna be shit. This is gonna be bad, probably. I've never heard it. Let's play it. It has a lot of downvotes.
We all know about the 1997 series King of the Hill. It is still airing on Cartoon Network's Adult Swim block, but I encountered something dark with this series sometime in late 2007.
Oh, did you now?
I was in a Goodwill store to buy some N64 games because that store normally had a good stock of retro games.
Retro
However, I
games.
strolled over to the VHS section in the back, just then remembering that I owned a VCR. One of the first things I saw was the Titanic VHS tapes, the one that came in 2 tapes, but it was in 1 dust cover. I thought that it would be a good movie for me and the wife, as she had never seen it before. To ensure that the tapes would be functional, I took
like
one of the
eating
tapes out of
fucking
the dual
shit.
VHS dust cover,
Snacking
only
on
to see
some
something
Twinkies.
unexpected. It was a VHS tape with a crooked sticker on it. Written in Sharpie was KOTH S1E1NR. I inspected the other tape and it said KOTH S1E1NRP2. I assumed it was part 2. I did not know why one 22 to 23 minute episode took 2 VHS tapes, but I was curious.
I was
I bought the 2
curious.
tapes for $2.22.
This is starting to
When I got
suck.
home, nobody was there but me. Therefore, I had to take up the painstaking process of uncoiling the stiff coax cables in the bulky VCR.
Okay,
I soon
unnecessary
changed the
detail.
TV to channel 3 and began viewing KOTH S1E1NR. It had the regular opening of the first episode of King of the Hill, but without the music. It was just a silent camera panning over the city of Arlen. It began normally after that, with Bobby at the baseball game and Hank yelling at him. As we all know, Bobby did not succeed. This
Okay.
is where everything started getting weird. On the ride home, Hank, Peggy, and Bobby were completely silent, and this went on for about 3 minutes. No one was angry. No one had any expression, actually. Abruptly, as the family pulls into the driveway, it cut to a scene inside the house. Hank was yelling at Bobby for not giving the 110%. Hank then picked up the baseball and got into a
Water.
throwing position. At this point, the video quality was getting very scraggly, and the volume level was raised roughly 10%.
Probably Vermilion. Thanks for
Hank
the
kicked
sub.
the ball and it hit Bobby's nose. Peggy was seen in the background crying, and Hank simply told her to shut the hell up. Bobby immediately
Guys,
cupped
this
his
one
nose and ran
sucks.
out of
This
the
one
room
really
crying the whole
sucks.
way. As Bobby was in the bathroom checking his nose, a social worker came to the door. Peggy greeted him as Hank sat on the sofa, relaxing as if nothing happened. From this point, the colors began to look more like the real episode. The scene with Hank telling the social worker off played as it did in the real episode. Suddenly, the scene from the officially aired episode cut to another scene.
Should I buy all the
which
stuff?
was not
No,
from
you
the
don't
real
have to do
episode.
that, FBI. Don't fucking
It
do
was a
that.
scene
Buy
with more
something
ragged
if you
video,
like
yet
what
the
you
audio remained the
something.
same. This scene depicted Peggy sitting on the phone late at night, most likely contacting child services. to
Guys,
tell
this
them
this
about how Hank purposely
sucks.
threw the baseball at Bobby.
This one
Hank
is
suddenly walked
awful.
through the doorway.
Shut the hell up. Shut the hell up. Let's do a different one. I don't need a fucking retelling of a King of the Hill episode I already saw. Didn't things are just slightly different. That's supposed to be creepy. Like, I already saw that episode. Yeah, and it's a good show, by the way. King of the Hill. It's pretty good. You work are you're not living on your own? Are you living with your girlfriend or your boyfriend? Guys, which one should we do? Tiki Toby? What the fuck is Tiki Toby? I've never heard that one. Yes, why did you do that, Carcross? Why the hell did you do that? Squidward Suicide? I know Squidward Suicide. I know about that one. The Russian sleep experiment. What are all these? Play. Okay, let's play Squidward Suicide. You guys, let's play that one then. Let's do that one, guys. Sonic EXE, god damn it. Huh. I guess I'm just gonna try this one. Just gonna try this one. I don't even know if this is gonna be a good reading. You never know what you're gonna get. Maybe it's gonna be like some fat, like you're gonna hear like the fat jiggling in his esophagus when he's talking. Wait,
Now, since I work...
wait, what is this? Okay, there's like SpongeBob music and shit. Okay, I guess. I only watch your comics for story. That's great. That's a good reason. Okay, here we go, guys.
I just want to start off by saying, if you want an answer at the end, prepare to be disappointed. There just isn't one. I was an intern at Nickelodeon Studios for a year in 2005 for my degree in animation. It wasn't paid, of course. Most internships aren't. But it did have some perks beyond education. To adults, it might not seem like
Yeah, I
a
love
big
the
one,
music.
but most kids at the time would go crazy over it. Now, since I worked directly with the editors and animators, I got to view the new episodes days before they aired. I'll get right to it without giving too many unnecessary details.
Okay.
They'd very recently made the SpongeBob movie, and the entire staff was somewhat sapped of creativity, so it took them longer to start up the new season. But the delay lasted longer for more upsetting reasons. There was a problem with the Series 4 premiere that set everyone and everything back for several months. Me and 2 other interns were in the editing room along with the lead animators and sound editors for the final cut. We received the copy that was supposed to be Fear of a Krabby Patty and gathered around the screen to watch.
What's Fear of a Krabby Patty?
Now, given that it isn't final yet, animators often put up a mock title card, sort of an inside joke for us with phony, oftentimes lewd titles.
Lewd
such as
titles?
How Sex Doesn't Work, instead of Rockabye Bivalve, when SpongeBob and Patrick adopt a sea scallop. Nothing particularly funny, but work-related chuckles. So when we saw the title card, Squidward's Suicide, we didn't think more of it than just a morbid joke, really. One of the interns did a small throat laugh at it. The happy-go-lucky music played as is normal. The story began with Squidward practicing his clarinet, hitting a few sour notes like normal. We hear SpongeBob laughing outside, and Squidward stops, yelling at him to keep it down. He has a concert that night and needs to practice.
Yes.
SpongeBob says okay and goes to see Sandy with Patrick. The bubble splash screen comes up and we see the ending of Squidward's concert. This is when things begin to seem off.
Off, eh?
While
How so?
playing, a few frames repeat themselves, but the sound doesn't. At this point, sound is synced up with animation, so yes, that's not common. But
That
when he
isn't.
stops playing, the sound finishes as if the skip never happened. There is slight murmuring in the crowd before they begin to boo him. Not normal cartoon booing that is common in the show, but you can very clearly hear the malice in it.
Boo!
Squidward's in full
Fuck
frame
you,
and looks
Squidward!
very
You
afraid.
fucking suck!
The shot goes to the crowd with SpongeBob in center frame, and he too is booing, very much unlike him. That isn't the oddest thing, however. What is odd is everyone has realistic eyes. very
Hyper-realistic
detailed.
eyes.
Clearly not shots of real people's eyes, but something a bit more real than CGI. The pupils were red. Some of us looked at each other, obviously confused. But since we weren't the writers, we didn't question its appeal to children yet. The shot goes to Squidward sitting on the edge of his bed, looking very forlorn. The
Forlorn.
view out of his porthole window is a night sky, so it isn't very long after the concert. The unsettling part is at this point there's no sound. Literally no sound, not even feedback from the speakers in the room.
No sound.
It's as if the speakers were turned off, though their status showed them working perfectly. He just sat there, blinking, in this silence for about 30 seconds. Then he started to sob softly. He put his hands or tentacles over his eyes and cried quietly for a full minute. All the while, the sound in the background very slowly growing from nothing to barely audible. It sounded like a slight breeze through a forest. The screen slowly begins to zoom in on his face. By slow, I mean it's only noticeable if you look at shots 10 seconds apart side by side. His sobbing gets louder, more full of hurt and anger. The screen then twitches a bit, as if it twists in on itself for a split second, then back to normal. The wind through the trees sound gets slowly louder and more severe, as if a storm is brewing somewhere. The eerie part is this sound, and Squidward's sobbing sounded real, as if the sound wasn't coming from the speakers, but as if the speakers were hollow, the sound was coming through from the other side. As good a sound as the studio likes to have, they don't purchase the equipment to be that good to produce sound of that quality. Below the sound of the wind and sobbing, very faint, something sounded like laughing. It came at odd intervals, but never lasted more than a second, so you had a hard time pinning it. We watched this show twice, so pardon me if things get too specific, but I've had time to think about them. After 30 seconds of this, the screen blurred and twitched violently, and something flashed over the screen, as if a single frame was replaced. The lead animation editor paused and rewound frame by frame.
What the fuck was that?
Horrible. It was a still photo of a dead child. He couldn't have been more than 6. The face was mangled and bloodied. One eye hanging over his upturned face popped. He was naked down to his underwear.
Oh no.
His stomach crudely cut open and his entrails laying beside him. He was laying on some pavement that was probably a road. The most upsetting part was that there was a shadow of the photographer. There was no crime tape, no evidence tags or markers, and the angle was completely off for a shot designed to be evidence. It would seem the photographer was the person responsible for the child's death.
Okay.
Of course, mortified.
Guys, are you scared yet? Are you scared?
Sick joke.
I'm a little bit scared.
The screen flipped back to Squidward, still sobbing, louder than before, and half body in frame. There was now what appeared to be blood running down his face from his eyes. The blood was also done in a realistic style, looking as if you touched it, you'd get blood on your fingers.
Oh shit.
The wind sounded now as if it were that of a gale blowing through the forest. There were even snapping sounds of branches. The laughing, a deep baritone lasting at longer intervals and coming much more frequently. After about 20 seconds, the screen again twisted and showed a single frame photo. The editor was reluctant to go back. We all were, but he knew what he had to do. This time the photo was that of what appeared to be a little girl, no older than the first child.
Oh no.
She was laying on her stomach, her barrettes in a pool of blood next to her.
Is this
Her
how
left
Pyro
eye
got
was
his...
also
No, it's
popped
not
out.
Google Blitz. It's not.
Naked except for underpants. Her entrails were piled on top of her above another crude cut along her back.
Wait, is this snuff
Again,
porn?
the body was on the street, and the photographer's shadow was visible, very similar in size and shape to the first. I had to choke back vomit, and one intern and a female in the room ran out. The show resumed. About 5 seconds after the second photo played, Squidward went silent, as did all sound, like it was when the scene started. He put his tentacles down, and his eyes were now done in a realistic style like the others were in the beginning of the episode. They were bleeding, bloodshot and pulsating. He just stared at the screen as if watching the viewer. After about 10 seconds, he started sobbing, this time not covering his eyes. The sound was piercing and loud, and most fear-inducing of all is his sobbing was mixed with screams. Tears and blood were dripping down his face at a heavy rate. The wind sound came back, and so did the deep voiced laughing. And this time the still photo lasted longer, for a good 5 frames. The animator was able to stop it on the 4th and backed up. This time the photo was of a boy, about the same age, but this time the scene was different. The entrails were just being pulled out from a stomach wound by a large hand. The right eye popped and dangling, blood trickling down from it. The animator proceeded. It was hard to believe, but the next one was different, but we couldn't tell what. He went on to the next, same thing. He went back to the first and played them quicker, and I lost
Yeah,
it.
they should make a Squidward
I
suicide
vomited on
movie.
the floor. The animating and sound editors
Let's make a
gasped
great
at the
movie.
screen. The 5 frames were not as if they were 5 different photos. They were played out as if they were frames from a video.
Oh God.
We saw the hand slowly lift out the guts. We saw the kid's eye focus on it. We even saw 2 frames of the kid beginning to blink. The lead sound editor told us to stop. He had to call in the creator to see this. Mr. Hillenberg arrived within about 15 minutes. He was confused as to why he was called down there, so the editor just continued the episode. Once the few frames were shown, all screaming, all sound again stopped.
Hey, Reknite, thanks
Squidward
for the
was just
sub.
staring
Draw her
at the
giving
viewer.
birth.
Full
Maybe.
frame of
Maybe
the
I will.
face for about 3 seconds. The shot quickly panned
Dude, yeah, this
out
is how
and the
Hillenberg
voice
died.
said,
Godzilla Master is right.
"Do it."
Fucking
See
do it!
Squidward's hands, a shotgun. He immediately
Do
puts the gun in his
it.
mouth and pulls
Do it, do it, do it now,
trigger.
do it now, do it fucking now!
Behind him in his bed,
Fucking do
and he
it,
flies back
you
with the force.
fucking bastard.
The last 5 seconds of this episode shows his body on the bed on its side, one eye dangling on what's left of his head above the floor, staring blankly at it. Then the episode ends. Mr. Hillenberg is obviously angry at this. He demanded to know what the heck was going on. Most people left the room at this point, so it was just a handful of us there to watch it
Goodbye,
again.
Okas.
Viewing the episode
Okay,
twice
so
only served to
basically,
imprint the entirety
I'm
of it in my
Cons.
mind and caused me
Nice
horrible
name.
nightmares. I'm sorry I stayed. The
Dude,
only
this
theory we
is
could
so
think of
gay.
Was the file was edited by someone in the
This
chain
did
from the
not
drawing
hold up
studio
well.
to
This did
here.
not age well.
The CTO was called in to analyze when it happened. The analysis of the file showed that it was edited over by new material. However, the timestamp of it was a mere 24 seconds before we began viewing it. All equipment involved was examined for foreign software and hardware, as well as glitches, as if the timestamp may have glitched and showed the wrong time. But everything checked out fine. We don't know what happened, and to this day, nobody does. There was an investigation due to the nature of the photos, but nothing came of it. No child scene was identified, no clues gathered from the data involved, nor physical clues in the photos. I never believed in unexplainable phenomena before, but now that I have something happen and can't prove anything about it beyond anecdotal evidence, I think twice about things.
Naiwa, this is just an old SpongeBob creepypasta. People ask to play, but guys, it was like this creepypasta was insanely popular. I want to say back in 2000 and was it 2009? 2000 and no wait, was it? I think it was 2012 or something. It was quite a while ago. It was insanely 2011 or something. It was insanely popular for some reason. Why do you think it was? Because it's not very well done. What do you think? Like it captured in people's imaginations. Did the SpongeBob creator hear it? He probably did. It got so popular that people over from Nickelodeon do talk about it. I actually know one of the guys who works on SpongeBob, and he was very familiar with it. Yeah, it's supposed to be serious. It's supposed to be. It was during a wave of creepypastas where they were pumping out a lot of very serious ones about Mario and Zelda and stuff. So SpongeBob had to get its own too. Adam Carlcross, you are a stalker.
die another day. Hopeless situation.
What is that, Emily GG? I'm not ignoring you. What do you want? What do you want to say?
Sanity now it's beyond me. There's no joy.
Chat, do you play Nukatu.net? What's that?
Diary of a madman. Walk the line again today.
Oh, this is a great song.
Entries of confusion. Dear diary, I'm here to stay. Manic
I should make her hair go back behind her shoulders here.
sanity now it's beyond me. There's no
Dim, 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 dim. Heavy metal is gay. Rob Halford was gay. Like, he's oftentimes considered one of the founders of heavy metal, and he was gay. So there were definitely some homosexuals in the heavy metal scene. Utaku is porn games. I don't really check it out. I don't really play porn games.
a sick in mind and spirit. The mirror tells me lies. Could I mistake myself for someone?
No, that doesn't sound like a good idea, Carl Cross.
Will he escape my soul? Or will he live in me?
There's good creepypastas if you know where to look, even one based on video games and shit. Really? Where would that be? I generally would like to hear a good creepypasta about video games. Lost Silver? What the hell is that? Didn't creepypasta or whatever stole a story from an author once? I don't know. NES Godzilla? Her chair would be more something kind of like this. What's up, Nocha7? It is all still pretty rough, but it's getting there. It's getting there. I usually don't like to stream when I'm in this early stages of the sketches. The progress isn't as fast as if I were to like be coloring or something, or drawing line art. AX Tentacles 300. So do you listen to necro or death rap in general? Not really, no. Try Shepherd of Fire by Avenged Sevenfold. So you think I don't know this shit? I know this shit. Yeah, Avenged Sevenfold got really popular in the gaming community because of Call of Duty Zombies used them quite a bit in their trailers and shit. So back when I was younger, they were like one of the top bands, like metal bands at the time. They were very mainstream, but I still thought they had some good tracks. I still liked some of their tracks. I didn't like all of it, but some of it was pretty neat. It has to be more kind of like this. Tonight I'm gonna make that creepypasta. That sounds like a bad time investment. That does not sound like a good time investment. A preppy emo band was all. I disagree, Sicken64. I disagree. I think if you think that Avenged Sevenfold is a preppy emo band, then you don't really know them. You may know like their popular songs, but you don't really know the band. I wrote a creepypasta based on Pokemon that kind of got popular back in 2014. What was it called? Must be really fucking difficult to writing a creepypasta. That must be really fucking difficult. Like writing one that's actually worth something. Goth Boy Click. Zombrion. Zombrion. Oh no. That's the name of it? Zombrion. Oh no. Yeah, I know what you mean, bro. Pinor Vendor. It sounds like something you'd write when you were a kid. What program am I using? I'm using Paint Tool Sai. Put their creepypasta, read it. You want to see? You want to hear Zombrion? Okay, let's see if someone. I don't want to read it, so let's see if someone has read Zombrion. Oh yeah, look here, Zombrion. Zombrion. And it has... That one has 64k views. So it did get a bit of interest there. Save this real quick. This is gonna be bad, isn't it? This is gonna be bad. This is
once told me that
no.
be 4 new evolutions for
No.
The 2 that are already in the game are Espeon, which is a Psychic, and Umbreon, which is a Dark Pokemon. The other 2 were dropped from the game. Those were Poison and Ghost types. I wasn't convinced this was true, but I decided to see for myself by trying a beta version of Pokemon Gold. The beta ROM was hard to find, mostly because the ROMs were either normal, non-beta, Japanese, or just didn't work. When I finally found a working ROM, I loaded it up to search for the new Eevee evolutions, and I wasn't quite sure what to do to get an Eevee to evolve into a Poison or Ghost type. So I just played the game normally, and I figured I would find out at some point. I eventually ended up beating the Elite Four and all of Kanto. The game was pretty much the same other than a few different locations, dialogue, etc. Oh, and Dunsparce never seemed to appear, but I won't complain about that too much. I didn't really like Dunsparce. But by the time I beat the game, I still hadn't figured out how to evolve my Eevee. I tried leveling it up all day, night, in caves, and after hours of trying, I finally decided to find the evolutions the easy way. By cheating.
Oh
I tried to use
no.
Game Shark codes, but most of them did nothing, so I decided to ask for help online, and someone on Newgrounds said he could
On
work a
Newgrounds?
code that should give me all the items. After a few days, he sent me back a code. The code I put into Game Shark loaded the beta ROM, and sure enough, the code had given me every item in the game. I looked through all the items and everything was the same, except for an item called the Toxic Stone.
The
I knew
Toxic
this
Stone.
was the item I was looking for. I used it on my Eevee, and nothing happened. The game simply told me it has no effect. I tried over and over, but nothing happened. Man, was I pissed. Was this all I got after I went through this damn game? There had to be something that I did wrong. So I thought maybe NPCs could help me out. I got the typical text from the NPCs. Man, that Team Rocket sure is persistent. Or, I love my Jigglypuff. And have you heard this one? Have you visited the radio tower in the Kanto region? But one NPC told me something that stood out. Did you know there's a stone that can evolve a Pokemon after it has fainted?
Oh no.
And this is where I went wrong.
You mean like a
This is a toxic
is this a
stone on the
zombie?
Eevee after it fainted. At least I hope so. My Eevee didn't take any time to be defeated, especially since it was around level 40 and I was in the level 60 area. After it was defeated, I went into my bag and used a stone on my fainted Eevee. And what's this? Eevee is evolving. Yes. Yes! Eevee has evolved into Zombreon. Now that was not what I was thinking. Zombreon looked like a normal Eevee, but was green colored, and parts of it were missing. Also, its cry was just a lower version of Eevee. Oh, and once it evolved,
Hey, thanks for the sub there, Voodoo.
Bite. But this was all I worked for, a recolored Eevee? I mean, come on.
Come on.
I calmed down a bit and decided to test it out in the tall grass near a new bark.
So fucking pissed.
A wild Sentret appeared and I threw out Zombreon. I figured it would be pointless to use a move I've used a million times like Tackle or Flash, so I used Zombite. Instead, the attack animation was odd. It looked like Bite, but was two poison symbols flashing near the teeth.
Oh my god.
The attack was a one-hit KO, according to the text box. But what was strange now was that the game asked me if I would like to nickname Sentret, and it told me Sentret was sent to the PC.
He's turning them into zombies, guys. He's turning them into zombies.
For the Sentret, and it was not a normal Sentret anymore. It was now green. It was a poison type, and it had the move Zombite. Wait, I know what's going on. Every time I use the attack Zombite, which I figure means Zombie Bite, obviously, the enemy Pokemon will get infected, joining my team, and this was pretty obvious considering Zombreon was basically Zombie and Eon. I wondered what would happen if I infected a trainer's Pokemon. I used Fly to go to one of the routes in Kanto that I skipped most of, and ran into a trainer. The battle started, the opposing trainer flew out a Kadabra, and I immediately chose Zombite.
A Kadabra is going to be a Kadabra soon.
Throwing out the next Pokemon, the opposing trainer just came out and said, "What did you do to my Pokemon?" The battle was won, and I received the experience points and money. After the battle, the trainer was simply gone. Just gone. In fact, none of the other trainers were there either. Now, this began to creep me out a little bit. I walked around the area to look for another trainer, but found nothing. When I walked into the grass, a wild Kadabra appeared, although...
This is
this
causing
wasn't a
you
normal
distress?
Kadabra, it
I'm
was
sorry,
green and
dude.
zombie-like the Sentret was. And I didn't even have to fight it. It just lost all of its health, and the game told me I caught it. This is getting a little creepy. I mean,
Oh,
Hit
this
it back to
is a little
town.
creepy.
when another wild Pokemon appeared, and it was a normal-looking Raticate. I don't want to fight it, so I pressed run. It didn't work. Zombreon is staring at
Hey,
the phone
Shad,
hungrily.
love your
The game
work.
told
Thank you,
the
my
Raticate
friend.
attacked
Thank you,
Zombreon with Bite.
Nishanta.
But after the attack animation played, the game said Zombreon countered the attack with Zombite, and the Zombie Bite animation played, causing the Raticate to lose all its HP and join my team.
Oh no.
I wanted to get out of this area immediately, so I went into my team and used Fly. I wasn't expecting what I had seen, though. All of my Pokemon were now Creed and zombified. All of them now new Zombite. I made
Are you
my
okay,
immediate
dude?
use Fly to take me to Saffron City.
You okay?
But when I got there, all the NPCs were there, which helped me to relax a little. I mean, thank God. I decided to go into the Pokemon Center to check the PC, and when I did, the game let out an ear-splitting beep that made me jump a little. In front of the center's counter was a trainer with the Kadabra that I defeated earlier. A text box came up saying,
I'm Kadabra.
"That's the man that hurt my Kadabra." Then the trainer ran to the corner of the Pokemon
Missed
Center and
opportunity
said,
calling him
"He walked up
Kadabra.
to me and said, "Don't worry, I'll stop him." I was forced to battle him. He sent out an Arcanine and I sent out Zombreon. I tried to use Tackle and it worked, but after the animation finished, the game said, Zombreon used Tackle followed by Zombite. The battle ended, and when the game went back to the Pokemon Center, the greenish sprite of the Arcanine stood next to the man. "What happened to my Arcanine? What are you?" The man said before running out of the Pokemon Center.
What the
Arcanine walks
fuck
up to me
are
and told me
you?
That Arcanine was sent to the PC box, and then the Arcanine disappeared. Yeah, this was starting to get incredibly fucking creepy. I tried talking to the trainer
Fuck
in the
off.
corner, but all he will say was please or no more.
It's a video
I
game,
tried
dude.
talking to the nurse, but all she would say was get out of my Pokemon Center. I checked the PC and sure enough I had zombie versions of all the Pokemon from earlier. When I backed out of the PC, I noticed a new option on the PC called Release All. I tried pressing it, but it told me not enough Zom Pokemon. Darn. I walked out of the center and the speakers of my
Gosh,
computer were
darn
filled with
it.
large barrages of high and low pitched beeps, and all the NPCs outside the center ran towards the exits of the city. I tried to talk to one of them, but they were moving too fast to do anything. When I walked out of town, there were no trainers around. I figured if I moved to a different town, everything would be normal. So I made my Lugia fly to Goldenrod City. When I landed there, there were no NPCs here either, and the music wasn't playing. I
No.
tried walking to a building, but the game told me the door is locked. I tried
No.
a few other buildings, but they were locked too.
No.
So I went to the Pokemon Center, and the door opens as usual, and I went inside.
Yeah, no.
Nobody was there. But I noticed something new. There was what was appearing to be a radio on the counter. When I interacted with it, a text box came up. Beware of strange Pokemon. Trainers from the Kanto region have been reporting strange green Pokemon attacking and infecting other Pokemon and trainers. Remain indoors and avoid all contact with strange Pokemon and people, following by, I'm so lonely. I figured there was nothing to do down here, so I walked to the second floor. On the second floor, there was a bunch of NPCs standing still facing the stairs. Once I got up to the top of the stairs, a loud beep played, and a text box said, "Get out of here. You aren't normal." A trainer standing in front of the crowd ran up to me and a battle started. The opposing trainer sent out a Ditto, and I set out Zombreon. I tried using Flash, but instead the game said Zombreon spat poison at Ditto, and Ditto was defeated. After the battle, the man backed up into the crowd. Suddenly, Zombreon walked out, and the game said Zombreon cannot wait any longer. And Zombreon ran into the crowd, touching every trainer in Pokemon, and when it touched Pokemon, they would turn green. When it touched trainers, the game would let out a loud beep,
I get
and then
it.
the trainer would disappear.
It's
Once all the
zombies.
trainers were gone.
Dude, it's fucking. This is only half of it. This is half of the creepypasta. And what do you think is gonna happen? It's zombies. Like, it's a zombie. I get it. And it's a zombie Pokemon. It's turning the other ones into zombies. Why is this so long? Is it like what? Is it? I'm ending this. I'm sorry for the creator, but you killed Zombie Flanders? That was Zombie Flanders? He's turned into a zombie? Do you actually want to hear the end of it? I'll keep playing it. Go back. You want me to keep playing it? Okay, I'll if you guys really want. Okay.
Gone and the Pokemon were infected.
Okay, here you go.
Said Jigglypuff, Abra, Ditto, and Clefairy were sent to the PC. Then the Pokemon disappeared. I checked my trainer card because I remember the trainer from earlier saying that I wasn't normal. Sure enough, my trainer was zombified too. I felt kind of sick. Would Game Freak really do something like this? I shook off the
Sick.
feeling and tried to fly to a different town, but the game told me that Lugia is too weak to fly. Great. I went back to the center to get a new
Just
flying
walk,
Pokemon from the
forehead.
PC, but when I looked inside, all the Pokemon of the PC were infected. I tried taking out my Pidgeotto, but pressing the withdrawal button would just play a buzz sound that usually played when you weren't allowed to do something. I couldn't move Pokemon either, so there was only one thing left to do. I saved the game first, then I pressed the release all button, and the game asked, would you like to release all Zom Pokemon? Yes.
Yes.
All Zom Pokemon have been released, I checked the box, and now all my Pokemon on the PC were gone. I was confused. What was the purpose of an option like this? I walked outside and got quite the surprise. Parts of buildings were on fire.
Oh,
windows
fuck
were boarded
off.
up, and NPCs were
Fuck
running from
off.
green Pokemon.
That would never
I couldn't interact
happen.
with the Pokemon or trainers, so I decided to walk out of town. The area outside of town was similar in a way. A few trees were on fire, and there were gray particles moving in front of the screen.
Hey,
which made it
Blue
look
Pie,
like the
thanks for
screen was
subbing, dude.
smoky. Walking into tall grass didn't cause wild Pokemon to appear, but I could talk to a small amount of NPCs that were standing around. They would say things like,
Orange
"I'd
Man
hit
bad.
you with a stick. He just wouldn't stop trying to bite me. Who started this? And I want this all to end. I want to go home to my family." I eventually walked to Violet City, then to Cherry Grove City, and finally to New Bark Town. This was the only place that was normal, sort of. The trainers that walked around outside the buildings just weren't there anymore. I went into the lab to see if it was empty too, and it wasn't. Inside was a single professor. Once I took a step forward, an exclamation point appeared.
I
above
was
me.
Arjo3,
To me.
but I never finished it.
I finally finished it. A gene that protects my
Oh, you
Pokemon
finished
from
it.
that
That's good for
poison
you.
stuff that has caused all the Pokemon to turn strange. This is where it all began. And this is where it
Just
all
turn off the game,
ends.
forehead.
Causing a battle to start, the game said that Professor Elm would like to battle. He sent out a level 86 for Alligator, and I threw out Zombrian. I knew Zombrian was too weak to handle this, so I switched to Lugia. When I tried to use any attack other than Zombite, Lugia would end up using it anyways, and when Lugia did, I'd get a message that said it has no effect on Feraligatr, and after this, the opposing Feraligatr
Just
used an
reset
attack
game,
called Cure,
idiot.
and that was super effective, and defeated Lugia right away. My next Pokemon was my Typhlosion, and the battle was almost the same as it went for Lugia.
Just walk away.
I
It's
tried
a video
using
game.
Flamethrower, but instead Typhlosion used Zombite, and was instantly defeated by Cure. The battle went on like this until I got to Zombie.
The band Cure?
Zombite at this point because I knew it was coming. It didn't work, and Feraligatr used Cure. Zombrian was brought down to 1 HP, and the game said Zombrian refuses to give up. Zombrian uses Struggle. Feraligatr was instantly defeated, and Zombrian was defeated in the recoil. Professor Elm came up and said, "No, no, no!" And the battle
No!
ended. After the battle, Elm took a step back and said, "I lost. It's over."
I can't believe it.
It's
I
all over.
lost. What?
I want to end this pointless game right now, and ran out of the lab. After a few seconds, a text box said, "You hear a loud bang in the distance, and I think I know what that meant." I went outside and the text box came up. Why did this have to happen? I didn't
No,
understand
my
who said this. There was
Umbreon. I
nobody
want.
around. I thought maybe someone was in my character's
No.
house, so I headed there. And
It died.
it was my mom. She was sitting on a chair in the house as usual, so I tried interacting with her. She definitely wasn't doing anything usual.
She was
It's
just
Mom.
fingering her asshole
She's
as
not
usual.
moving, and that text actually made me feel pretty sad. But I didn't expect the screen to cut to black after the text box closed. The screen faded from black to the opening screen where you get to enter your character's name. But my character just stood there and the text box said, "All of this is my fault. All those poor people, my mom, Evie."
No.
But was it really my
All these
fault?
fictional characters in a video
character
game.
stared at the screen for a split second and cut to black. Then the game went straight to the credits. Nothing was different. All the Pokemon were there as usual, and once the credits were over, the emulator froze. Now, whenever I try to load the beta ROM, the emulator just freezes. I realized this is only one of the 2 evolutions for Eevees. The ghost one is probably in Pokemon Silver. I can't imagine what would happen with this evolution of Eevee, and honestly, I don't want to know.
Oh no. This.
Well, it's been quite a while since we've read a Pokemon creepypasta. You know,
Okay, that's it. That's it. What did you guys think? Was that so fucking great? Can you like shut up for a second? That was not me reading it. That was I was playing a video. Now tell the same story with the ghost Eevee. I don't think that exists. You have to ask Pinor Vendor the right one because he wrote this one. You guys didn't like it? Don't hug me, I'm scared. It was about how emulators are bad. That was the deep message of it. Oh, someone made a fan-made sequel about it? Damn, creepypasta community is on it. You got a better vid? What is this? What is this? Another number 15. Okay. Okay. What do you got here?
Number 15. 5 bug-filled jars. The Elder Scrolls V Skyrim is a role-playing game which follows the characters on a mission to conquer a dragon called Alden the World Eater,
dragon.
who just might destroy the world. Players can complete quests, improve skills, or simply travel around the game world. However, in traveling, the player collects around 5 bug-filled jars with
Well,
the
how is
following
this
insect-
scary? How is this? No, what, I'm skipping. How is that one fucking? What is this? What the? No, this list is so fucking lame, dude. Are you serious? These are just like Easter eggs in games. How is that scary?
Before we get started, I wanted to give a quick warning for spoilers and to let you know about my gaming countdown channel, Gamer Brain. If you're into
Gamer
gaming and these kinds
Brain.
of list videos, I think you'll really like it. The channel is practically brand new and any support is greatly appreciated. The link is at the very top of the description. Number 15, The Mysterious Stranger. Red Dead Redemption has been described as an atmospheric and
15.
beautifully written game with strong characters, engaging storyline, and addicting gameplay. During the game, players can find countless mysterious strangers for which they can do missions for. These usually range from running errands for them, intimidating others, and just simply talking with people. However, one of these characters stands out among all others. A nameless, well-dressed man can be found in all 3 regions of the game, and he speaks to John Marston in a somewhat condescending tone. He reminds John of his previous criminal life and that of his gang, before asking John to conduct missions of morality.
Do I know you? I hope so. I seem to know you. I'm pretty good at remembering faces.
Like, how is this
Are you?
creepy?
Do you remember Hattie McCourt's face? Who? She was a girl Dutch Vanderlyn shot in the head on that raid on the ferry a few years back. Same one you got shot on.
Oh god.
Pretty girl. Until her-
So is he just gonna fucking talk about shit that happens in games in this one? Yeah, I don't think we're watching this one. Do you guys actually want to listen to this? This is yeah. I guess this is what people used to think was creepy back in the day. Huh. Got a Pokemon creepypasta. There's a Pokemon named Venusaur. Rapes every Pokemon. They all get STDs. The end. It's a bit short. Number 13. Number 5. Wait. Have you guys ever heard this?
Top 15 podcasts that mysteriously disappeared. Number 15, Schmucks. The Schmucks podcast was started in January 2017 by a strange creature who became well known among the locals for his bizarre yet enchanting dances. However, the being and its podcast mysteriously stopped uploading in September 2017 after just 4 episodes. There's very little information on the disappearance, but recently a chilling video claiming to be from the dark web has surfaced and allegedly shows the usually upbeat and funny dancing critter fearfully running for its life.
Hey, thanks, FAF. Listen to normal shit? Nah, dude. I want to listen to this.
Honestly, if I saw that damn thing in my living room, I'd stomp on it until it was a small brown stain. One thing is for certain, despite some recent sightings here and there, no one is sure if the creature or its podcast will ever return.
Nah, dude. Some of these top 10, some of these top 15 videos are ridiculous. Some of these are like actually borderline parody. Like, have you seen some of
Project
this
Zorgo
shit?
is a new hacker group who, for months, have been
Have you
threatening
seen
the very
this?
livelihood of the YouTube community. Lately, the hacker.
Wait, let's skip into some of these. Look at this video.
Before he can explain any further, someone comes looking for him.
Have access to the lower parts of the Luxor, not the top part.
A masked stranger with a black hoodie briefly appears next to his car and quickly walks away. Danny somehow doesn't notice this person, which I find hard to believe, and the person doesn't notice him, which I find even harder to believe, but I guess it's still possible.
This is so fake.
Still, let me know if you believe in the possibility of the mind control devices and Project Zorgo in general based on what you've seen
Fuck
here.
off.
Number 8. This video.
Dude, some of these are so bad. Look
YouTube
at
community.
Look at
Okay,
this
so
one.
this must be what they want me to put into Roy's office along with these mics.
Tucked away in a secret location, he finds a fiber optic camera, mic, and other premium spy equipment left for him by Project Zorgo. Most importantly, there's a USB drive with a Trojan virus that he must install on a desktop
Come on,
computer
dude.
with sensitive files.
You look
While he gains
ridiculous.
access to the building and goes inside. Marmar is extra careful not to make a sound as he installs the listening devices in strategic locations throughout a conference room. Next, he turns his attention towards finding the computer Project Zorgo needs the most. Marmar knows he needs to be quick because an associate has been wandering around the building the entire time. Marmar fumbles with the
You're like in a
USB
high
drive
school,
and
dude.
successfully uploads
He's
the
in a high
virus.
school.
He's not exactly sure what he's done, only that he has furthered the agenda of a hacker group that is using him. Parts of the
Oh, come on.
thing to do.
Says Rebecca.
Like, this one is
Well,
also
it's been
great. This one is
speculated that
great.
Given the number of recent hacker attacks in the months since, if Project Zorgo had something to do with number 2, Rebecca
This is
Zavala
number 2.
receives a plaque from YouTube in celebration of reaching over 1 million subscribers, but something is plainly wrong with the wording and makes her suspicious.
This one does not have my name spelled right. Look, it says Rebecca.
Oh no, hackers!
It's supposed
Hackers!
to say Rebecca Zamola.
Now, Rebecca is totally convinced that this is a fake reward, and she immediately suspects Project Zorgo is behind it based on some past experiences. She breaks the plaque open and examines its contents for clues. Everything looks normal until she taps on the gold play button a few times, and something weird falls out.
What?
Oh no! The hackers!
Oh my gosh. That's a tracking device.
Fuck off! It's a fuck
Exactly
off!
What they plan to
It's
do next with her, if anything, is
fuck
yet
you!
To be revealed.
It's part of a
Before
rapper
we get to number
from a
1,
candy
my name
bar or
is Chills,
something.
And I hope you're enjoying my narration. If the country was affected by what could be.
Nah, these are ridiculous. It's a zip tie. Yeah, there you go. Look, it's a fucking listening device they put into my fake YouTube reward that has my name spelled wrong, so there's no possible way.
How about some SCP readings? I recommend 1471.
Okay, so SCP-1471. SCP-1471. See what comes up. Thank you for the dono, dude. What the fuck is this?
Good afternoon, everyone.
What the fuck
My
is
name
this?
Dr. Miller, and the SCP we're going to be looking at today is SCP-1471.
Is SCP super child porn?
Special containment procedures. All mobile devices that have SCP-1471 installed
I'd rather not
are
have
confiscated
CP.
and analyzed for any potential leads to other possibly affected devices. Afterwards, affected devices are to have their batteries removed, be assigned a designation, for example, SCP-1471, then a number, and be placed in Storage Unit 91 at Research Site 45.
I don't get SCPs.
All
Why
online
is this so
application stores
popular?
for mobile devices are to be monitored to prevent any inadvertent sales of SCP-1471. Suspected devices are to be targeted using self-uploading malware in order to disable the device until it can be seized by field agents. Description: SCP-1471 is a free 9.8 megabyte application for mobile devices named Malo version 1.0.0 in online application
Dude, I'm so fucking scared right now.
SCP-1471 has no listed developer and is somehow able to bypass the application approval process.
No listed developer? That's outrageous. It's unheard of.
SCP-1471 is also able to avoid removal by other program manager applications.
It's a virus.
After SCP-1471 is installed, no icons or shortcuts are created for the application.
No icons?
SCP-1471 will then begin to send the individual images through text messaging every 3 to 6 hours.
Oh no.
All images will contain SCP-1471-A either within the background or foreground.
Oh no.
SCP-1471-A appears as a large humanoid figure with a canid-like skull and black hair.
It's pretty fucking lame.
During the first 24
Like
hours
furry.
following the installation of SCP-1471, the mobile device will receive images taken at locations commonly frequented by the individual. After 48 hours, the mobile device will receive images taken at locations that were recently visited by the individual. After 72 hours, the mobile device will receive images of the individual.
This sucks. Oh my god. That's worse than SCPs are like worse than creepypastas. They're like a step worse. I can't handle this. Like all SCPs are is like people describing things. This one? You linking me one? Okay, let's check this one out in a second. After this song, I want to. Naraman Sacrifice says, have you heard about Shroud's fat something? I don't know what you're talking about. Thanks for the donation. Song name is Cthulhu by Gunship. It's Cthulhu. The Lovecraftian ancient dark one. The ancient one. Whatever the hell he is. The god of something. What is Cthulhu? Is Cthulhu is he a god of chaos? Like what is he supposed to be? I never understood the Cthulhu thing. What happened to your voice? I don't know. What's different about it? Gute Nacht, Venom the Noodle. Thanks for checking in, dude. Oh, he's a cult leader from another dimension. Is Cthulhu evil? He is, right? Like for humans, he's evil. Like he's bad for humans. I know what Cthulhu looks like. Come on. I just don't really know what Cthulhu is. I guess if people say he's a cult leader, I'll take their word for it. Hello, FBI. Open up. Back so soon. We made some progress here. This will still need quite a bit of work. But at least I'm making some progress here. I might actually not finish this one next and just do this one next instead. What's the gayest thing I've ever drawn? I don't know. I've drawn a lot of gay things. Depends on your perspective. Chilling 911 911 calls. Are those real? Like, how many of those are real? I've heard some of those before. I'm never sure which ones are real or just staged. Is she supposed to be like a saleswoman? I'm not sure. Maybe she should have long sleeves. This looks a bit unprofessional. It's not very professional, the sleeves she's wearing. The Marco comics are the gayest thing you've ever drawn, if you say so. Seems like you guys already know the answer. She has one of those, like, you know, one of those tagging guns, beep beep, at the register.
Ever read Herd Guts by Chuck Palahniuk?
No, I don't know what that is. Thank you for the donation. Is that a song or a book? Also, let's see this video here. What is this video? What is this? What did you send me here?
Yeah, could have used to find his bearings and escape more quickly. Number 6. Mikhail Kroesbergen is deep in a cave in the tropical country of Laos when he catches this incredibly large arachnid lurking on the stony gray wall. Mikhail later describes this spider as being the size of a full-grown pizza. Its
What does
eyes are
that
large
mean?
enough to reflect light back into the camera like a cat, which is something I've never seen a bug's eyes do. Eventually, the creature scurries into the darkness with the speed of a professional sprinter, never to be seen by human eyes again. According to the description, they are sure that this is a giant huntsman spider, which apparently will bite on occasion. Tell me if you...
What is a full-grown pizza? Did you mean anything by that, or did you just say it wrong? The fuck is a full-grown pizza? Let's see here. Okay, 2 hours. Yeah, guys, it is 2 hours. So I think I'm gonna call it a night here, because I'm just gonna silently work on some of these off stream now, try to get some faster progress in, that maybe, hopefully, definitely I can have a new page for you Monday. I might have to leave you hanging. I might have to leave you hanging tomorrow. I might not have anything tomorrow. So I'll just work on these. Maybe I'll stream something tomorrow. I'm not sure yet, but I might have to leave you hanging tomorrow. But yeah, I'll see you guys soon, some other day. We're gonna have some new pages and some new content next week. I hope you're gonna like it. Have a nice Sunday, guys.